There's a piece of advice going around in the full-time traveler world that has cost people real money, and it gets repeated in Facebook groups every single day with total confidence. I'm not going to name the exact one yet because that's not really the point. The point is where it came from. Somebody asked a question in a group. 40 strangers answered. The most confident answer got the most likes, and now it's treated like fact. Here's the problem. Advice and accuracy are not the same thing. And when it comes to your residency, your taxes, and your legal address, that gap can get expensive. So this video is about the mistake I probably see do the most quiet damage. Taking your residency and compliance advice from a Facebook group instead of someone who actually does this for a living. I want to be fair about this because groups aren't evil, and I'm not telling you to leave them. They're fantastic for some things. But there's a specific category of decision where letting total strangers give you solutions to life changes that go wrong in a way you don't find out about until much later. And I want to show you exactly where that line is, so you know which questions to trust the group with and which ones you absolutely should not. So let me be direct about why this happens, because it's structural. It's not that the people in these groups are lying. It's that the format itself is built wrong for this kind of question. Here's what I mean. Residency and compliance are what I'd call situation dependent. The right answer changes completely based on details about you, which states you've lived in, whether you own a business, how your vehicle is titled and financed, your timeline, whether you have kids in school, property, a spouse with a different situation. Thoughtful. The correct answer for one person is genuinely the wrong answer for the person one reply down. A Facebook or Reddit thread strips all of that out. Someone posts a one-line question with almost no context, and 40 people answer based on their own situation. You're not getting advice. You're getting a list of other people's circumstances, presented as if they were yours. Frustrated. And then the format makes it worse, because the answer that rises to the top isn't the most correct one. It's the most confident, the most upvoted, the one from the person who posts the most. Sometimes the most confident answer in the thread is the most wrong, and there's no mechanism in a group to correct it. So here's the framework I'd actually give you, because I don't want you to throw the groups out entirely. Thoughtful groups are great for questions where the answer is the same for everybody. Which campgrounds near this town have good cell signal? Is this mailbox company open on Saturday? Is this stretch of road worth driving? Experience questions, been there questions. The Reddit thread or Facebook group is genuinely valuable here because you want the average of 40 real experiences. Pause. Groups are dangerous for questions where the right answer depends on your specific situation. Anything with the words residency, domicile, taxes, title, registration, LLC, or legal in it. Those are not Facebook or Reddit thread questions. Those are your situation questions, and a group thread cannot see your situation. Curious. Here's the simple test. If the honest answer to your question starts with the words "it depends," then a group is the wrong place to ask it. Because the group will not ask you what it depends on. It'll just hand you 40 answers that each assume something different about you and leave you to guess which one fits. Now let me talk about why this matters, because the cost isn't just being wrong, it's when you find out. Bad advice about a campground costs you one mediocre night. You know immediately and you move on. That's a cheap mistake. Serious bad advice about residency doesn't tell you it was wrong right away. You set everything up, it feels fine, and then months or a year later, it surfaces at the worst possible moment. An insurance claim that gets questioned, a registration that doesn't line up, a tax notice, a document that can't reach you. By then, you've built other decisions on top of the bad one, so it's not a quick fix anymore. You're unwinding a stack. The feedback is so slow that the group never learns it gave bad advice, and neither do you until it's expensive. Everyone in the thread walks away thinking it worked, because for them, so far, it did. That's how a genuinely wrong answer can get repeated confidently for years. So what do you actually do? Curious. Here is my advice as a RV traveler myself. Use the groups for what they're good at: lived experience and real reviews. That's real value, and I'd never tell you to give it up. But the moment a question touches your residency, your taxes, your title, or your legal address, take it to someone whose actual job is ask you about your situation before answering. That last part is the tell. A good source asks you questions back. A thread never does. And the best part, reassuring. This is usually not expensive, and it's often free to just ask. A short conversation with someone who does this every day, who's seen your exact situation 100 times, replaces 40 guesses with one answer that's actually yours. And yes, this is a lot of what we do. Reassuring. A big part of our day is being the person on the other end of that question. Someone comes to us having read 6 conflicting threads, genuinely confused, and we ask them the handful of things about their situation that the threads or groups never did, and the fog clears pretty fast. Not because we're magicians, because we can see the details a group or thread can't, and we've done this specific thing thousands of times. Confident. So if you've got one of those "it depends" questions sitting in your head right now, bring it to us, or to anyone who does this for a living. That's what we're here for.
So here's the one thing I'd leave you with. The Facebook group or Reddit thread is fantastic for experiences, but risky for anything that depends on your specific situation. Learn to feel the difference, and you'll dodge one of the most expensive mistakes in this whole lifestyle. Run the simple test. If the real answer starts with "it depends," then it's not a group question. It's a your situation question. I put together a short free guide on exactly which residency and compliance questions are safe to use Facebook groups or Reddit threads for, and which ones aren't, with the "it depends" test built right in. It's linked below, and it's the fastest way to never make this mistake.